Greetings. Welcome to PJ's Kitchen. My name is Peter James from peterjamesx.com with the Babylon Report. The subject today is the Lord's Day. I'm actually recording this program on the first day of the week, Sunday. Now there's much confusion about the Lord's Day, and many believe that Sunday is actually the Lord's Day and that it has somehow replaced the Sabbath day, which is the seventh day of the week. And then many go on to say that the Sabbath is every day of the week. One prominent church which regards today as the Lord's Day is the Recovery Church. I attended it for some time. At the same time, I still kept the Sabbath, and I hoped that they would see that the Sabbath was still required. But they didn't. And they have their meetings on what they claim is the Lord's Day. They also believe that they are the man-child. But if they're wrong about the Lord's Day, mightn't they also possibly be wrong about being the man-child? The Lord's Day as the Sabbath is not only utterly wrong, but if you even consider it logically, it is complete nonsense. That is when you consider the whole of the book of Revelation. The term the Lord's Day only appears in the Bible once, and that's in Revelation 1 and verse 10. It says, "I was in the Spirit on the Lord's Day, and heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet." So this is the Apostle John. In the previous verse, he says that he was on the island of Patmos, but he was in the Spirit on the Lord's Day. So God had transported him forward to the period of time mentioned there as the Lord's Day. Now I said that particular term is only found once in the Bible, and that's Revelation 1:10. However, the term the Day of the Lord is found 29 times. And the Lord's Day and the Day of the Lord are one and the same. In Revelation 1:9, John says, "I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, was in the isle that is called Patmos, for the word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ." So we are told not only where John was, but the purpose that he was there for. It was to receive the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. Therefore, the entire book of Revelation is the word of God and the testimony of Jesus Christ. And that's what Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1 tells us. It is not the testimony of John. It says in Revelation 1:1, "The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John, who bare record of the word of God and of the testimony of Jesus Christ, and of all things that he saw." So John was projected forward to see a future time. And in actual fact, that is what the vast majority of the book of Revelation is dealing with. It's dealing with Christ all the time. It's telling us who Christ is. In the letters to the churches, Christ keeps declaring who he is. He admonishes the churches in Revelation chapter 2 and 3. Later on, we see Babylon exposed, and we have exposed that in our videos and documents as being the Roman Catholic Church, the great harlot, and mother of all abominations. And then coming on to the end of the book, Revelation 21 and 22, we see the new heavens and the new earth. Now I don't know how many of you are aware about the holy days of the eternal God. I know many of you are fully aware about Christmas and Easter and Sunday and Halloween and those things, but those are not of God, as we have said hundreds of times. But you need to be aware of these holy days, simply because they explain to us what is going on. It's nothing to do with the Jews. This is something that's going to affect all of us. We have just very in the last 3 or 4 weeks, but 3 weeks I would say, we have had the Day of Atonement, a day of fasting and reconciliation to the eternal God. Then we have had the Feast of Trumpets, which I believe signifies Christ's intervention into world affairs. And for a week, just a couple of days ago, we finished a week of the Feast of Booths, or the Feast of Tabernacles, which looks forward to Christ's millennial reign upon the earth. And the last great day, which looks forward to the last judgment, and after that, the period of eternity with the new heavens and the new earth. You know, blessing is pronounced on those who pay attention to the book of Revelation and do what it says. But the Roman Catholic Church does its best to exclude this book, as it clearly condemns them. This alone shows they are not what they claim to be, and that is the true church. If there were, they would be going to great lengths to preach it. Many other churches state that the book of Revelation is too difficult, and there are all sorts of excuses that are made to ignore it. But in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 3 it says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." So if you want to get a blessing, just go and read the book of Revelation and ask the eternal God to make it clear what he's speaking about. You know, we are then told, first of all, John was going to speak about what he had seen, what was then taking place, and what was going to take place in the future. It says in Revelation 1:19, "Write the things which thou hast seen, and the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter." The following verses and chapters give graphic descriptions of Christ who was giving the revelation and not the concealment. We are also told the book, as I said just now, was written to the 7 churches in Asia. But if you read them, you will see that these conditions mentioned there applies to the church today, worldwide. After we've taken those bits out, what we're left with is what is going to happen on the day of the Lord.